Hey everybody, welcome back to World. Here we're going to be watching Nick, we're going to shorten his name to Nick, on Himmelsdorf encounter mode in his SU-100. While we're waiting for the game to load, the Soviets found the German tanks like the Stug-3 to be so effective that it wasn't long before they wanted their own brand of self-propelled guns, and the SU line of non-turreted tanks was born. These come into two categories: assault guns, which were actually field artillery howitzers, and then tank destroyers, which mounted high-caliber, armor-piercing guns. The SU-100 is the latter, as the name would tell you. It's got a 100 millimeter gun. And you see it's very similar to the German non-turreted tank destroyers in that it's basically a self-propelled gun with a sloped front that's reasonably well-armored. And of course your sides and your rears are your weak points, with little armor with little slope. Now Nick is supporting the hill, and immediately, go back into fixed camera mode, immediately you'll see that almost his whole team is charging the hill. What's commonly known as Heavy Alley only has one tank down there, a 3002D against a Panzer IV, and then there's one medium headed towards the cap, and that's it. He's coming to take the corner because everybody else chose to abandon it. And you see the limitations of the turretless tank destroyer there. You got to get just the right angle. He's backing up to kind of side scrape a bit, trying to get a shot on the PZ-4. And not a high percentage shot, but he waits for it to aim and just sails over the top. Kind of the usual stalemate up here right now, except his team is pushed all the way around the castle very easily. The enemy team clearly devoted more units to the city itself. And in fact, Nick's team is already pushing the edge going down the road. Spotted Artie scurrying away. Some of it is, at least. Ooh. Some nice shots there. Nick is wanting the bishop. One good shot. And now everybody wants a piece of this. Relay there just missed a shot over the side of the wall. And Nick is now the first in his team to push this corner. PZ-4H is right there and can't quite get on him. Waits for the rest of the guys to, and then everyone wants to stop at the corner. Enemy team's capping. Enemy Artie is basically dead. Oh, misses his shot on the PZ-4 on the move. The SU-100's gun reloads reasonably fast for such a high caliber weapon. It has great penetration, good damage. Got a push from the Cromwell there, push he didn't necessarily want. Cromwell took some damage in that. And again, the Cromwell driver's clearly drunk. Don't drink and drive, kids. Now we know there's one enemy tank in the cap, and at least 3 of the others are down in the south. Yep, you got a Dicker Max in the cap. Very dangerous German premium TD. Oh, it gets stuck on a rock. It's okay, even Quickie Baby gets stuck on a rock on occasion. And the other enemy tank near the cap is a Cromwell. Plenty of time at this point, but it's... If you notice, Nick's team, look at this for a second, Nick's team's all broken up. They're here, they're here, they're here, they're here, they're here. There's no cohesive attack here. And that's going to allow the enemy team to pick off a lot of their guys one at a time. I mean, it was 10-6 just a second ago. Now it's 10-9 in record time. Aims. It's a great hit on the Dicker Max, who realizes, oh crap, there's an SU-100. Takes a hit from a box tank, an SU-100Y, which you cannot see. Dicker Max skips a shot just over the top of him. But now it's even, and there's the tank everyone calls the box tank, who just missed. Can't quite get a clear shot. Now the box tank's under cover. Enemy Cromwell's burning. Friendly Fury's dead. This is a very close game. Cromwell didn't quite burn to death. Puts a shot right through the fence and the truck to kill the Cromwell. Well done. High caliber round with armor-piercing ammunition can do that. If he'd been firing AG, it'd probably hit the truck, exploded, and that'd been the end of it. The SU-100Y is hiding in the back behind the rail yard. Now Nick's capping, but he's not actually capping, he's just passing through. There's an M4 Sherman that is currently unspotted and has not been spotted since it was seen on the hill, killing the friendly artillery. Game of cat and mouse. Nick is moving in. He has 2 kills. He hasn't done a lot of damage, but he's put in good shots when they were necessary. What will the SU-100Y do? He's going to sit right there. Now, Nick carefully aims his shot, waits till he has no choice but to fire unless the SU-100Y gets away and puts in the kill. If he had waited, the SU-100Y would have backed up enough that Nick couldn't hit him, and that would have been the end. And there's the M4. The M4 kills the Cromwell. This M4 maneuvered quite a bit. He was last seen up here where he killed friendly Artie, and now he's over here. So this guy came down and went up Heavy Alley or something along those lines, or back the way he came. Nick lines up a shot. Oh, hits the train. Now, Nick's expecting this M4 Sherman to come right at him from around here. Perhaps. He's being very careful. Oh! M4 Sherman's coming around the train fast. Can Nick turn in time? It's a very maneuverable tank. The Sherman stops to take a shot, which misses. Big mistake there. Nick is saving his shot, and... ooh, big hit there. Now the M4 Sherman says, haha, I have you now. I'm going to outmaneuver you while you're reloading. When I get to your side, there's nothing you can do. And then he runs into a train. Looks. And Nick secures the kill in the game. The M4 Sherman had the right idea. He outmaneuvers the SU-100 easily. But the mistake he made was he stopped and took a shot over that wrecked train car, or the flatbed, whatever it was, and he missed it. It didn't clear the train. And he had the momentum. He should have just kept on coming, close the distance, get to the SU-100 side, and rather than try to circle around, pull himself right up next to the SU-100. He has a turret. The SU-100 doesn't. And it would have been over, but tactical mistake by the M4, and Nick secures the win. Decent WN8, 2110. I think it was a second-class mastery badge. And he ends up with 4 kills. Overall,